Hi everyone, this is Megan, and this is our Young Living Oilers Business Builder online MLM Mindset course. So we're going to jump right in. If you're just starting these, make sure you have the worksheets. If you do not, comment or email me and let me know, and I can email you all the PDFs for this course. So we're going to start with representing the grand profession.
This profession has been an extraordinary gift to me. Yes, 2 years ago, I would have been retiring from the chicken plant. And I don't think that would have been a bad life at all. A lot of great people there that are still good friends of mine. But compared to that life, the life that I've had the opportunity to lead because of the abundance in network marketing, and it's not just money. Really what's richer than money, as I think all of you know here, is people and relationships. I don't think any of us are going to be laying on our deathbed if we have notice, if we're spared being run over by a truck or, having a fatal heart attack. I don't think any of us are going to be laying on our deathbed thinking about, boy, I wish I would have made more money. I think what we're going to process is rich, extraordinary memories, experiences that we've had, and most of them, if not all of them, are going to be with other people. And one of the rich opportunities that we have in this business model is this is a rich people environment. In fact, the more money you make here, the more friends you have. The more relationships you have, the more extraordinary experiences you have with those people. That's the richness of building an empire in network marketing. So, people talk about, for eternity, people have talked about, well, the fountain of youth, and how could we live to be, 200 years old, or how could we live to be forever? Well, if the average lifespan in the United States is like 78, and North America is like 78 to 80 years old, if you take the years out of life, and you quantify life as experiences in those 78 years, then how long could you live if you pack 10 times more experiences in those 78 years as most people do? That's like living to be 700, 800 years old. That's the opportunity that we have here. The more money you make, the more relationships you have. The more you're going to, whenever you reflect on your life, a richness of, wow, I have really lived. I have impacted people, people have impacted me, I've gone places, I've done extraordinary things. So network marketing has been an extraordinary gift of that nature to me. I feel like I've already lived 1,000 years. Been all over the world, been to every state and province in North America at least twice doing opportunity meetings. But I love doing opportunity meetings. So that's a richness. But the philosophies that I'm going to talk to you about today about how to do this business are different than the profession has been done for the last 60 years. Historically, if you look at the last 60 years of network marketers from thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of companies, are their best prospects people they've already talked to? The answer is not. Why? Because they've lied to them. They've overpromised and underdelivered. They've manipulated them. They've spoken down to them. They've told them their job's no good, that jobs are no good, that they should only be a network marketer, and not only should they be a network marketer, but they should be a not my network marketer, not marketing company. And if the prospect says no, what do? They argue with them, and they make them wrong. If you've ever watched a Super MLM Man episode, you'll see how the public really feels about what we do. They don't understand it, number one, and to the degree that they think they understand it, they don't like it. So all of this brings us back to all of you, and what is the opportunity that you have here in front of you? Moving forward, you can continue to the product part of the business. You can continue to do that, and I honor that, and I respect that, and that is actually the lifeblood of this company. But if you want more than that, if you want some sort of residual income, if you want some sort of abundance, if you want freedom, if you want to travel the world, if you want to lay on your deathbed and you can't even count the number of extraordinary experiences that you've had in your life, you might want to do more, and that's going to require embracing the business model. Embracing and selling the business model. And whether you call it multi-level marketing, direct selling, party plan, network marketing, it doesn't matter. You got to embrace the business model. And the challenge that we have there, that is more challenging than selling the products you're selling, is the marketplace. When you go out into the marketplace and you say, I'm a network marketer, what's their response to that? They're not happy about that. So one of my missions through the work that I do, the type of training that I do, the type of tools that I provide people, is to shift the way you and I represent this grand profession, so that the people you touch moving forward, if I were as Super MLM man to follow you around and interview the people that you expose the income opportunity to, not just the products, but the income opportunity to, if I were to follow them around and say, hey, what'd you think about what that gal just said to you about, that book she gave you, or, talking to you about retirement. What did you think about what she said? My vision is that the response sounds something like this, and I'm just making this up. Oh, she's talking about network marketing. So you know what that is? Yeah, she explained it to me. I get it. I understand it. Are you going to do it? No, I'm not going to do it. But how did you feel about the conversation she had with you? I thought it was great. Would it be okay if she sometime in the future, 6 months or a year from now, circled back around and had another conversation with you about it? Sure. What if somebody else from a different company has a conversation with you about it? Are you going to be open to hearing about it? People just will be open. Why? Because we treat them different. We don't tell them what they should do or shouldn't do. We don't lie to them. We don't manipulate them. We don't hype what it is we're doing, that our products are the absolute best or our company's the absolute best. So that is my mission. That is my vision. And the primary tool that I use for doing that is the 4-year career.
The 4-year career. It's really interesting, and it will help build your belief about our profession.
What this book has done has allowed people to take a look at a generic version of what network marketing is, right? And it allows people to see the vision of what could potentially happen when you join a network marketing company. So this particular book has had a huge impact on my business, on the team as a whole, and the culture that has been created.
I love it for its no nonsense, no hype, straightforward, practical layout of how network marketing works, and it's a really great tool to educate a brand new builder on how network marketing works, or as a prospecting tool to show the opportunity to someone who's never heard of it before.
Did you know that Richard Bliss Brooke, together with his wife Kimmy Brooke, has a website dedicated to helping you and your team succeed in network marketing? BlissBusiness.com is an extensive resource for MLM and personal development books, tools, articles, videos, and audios from 2 of the most successful leaders and coaches in the profession. There's the Wealth Building collection of proven tools to help you build your business. There's an extensive library of podcast interviews with today's top earners in the industry called Hero Calls. And you can also catch Richard's live interviews every other Wednesday night. BlissBusiness.com is also a top source for network marketing and personal development blogs by both Richard and Kimmy Brooke. At BlissBusiness.com, you'll find information on coaching programs and transformational retreats to take your business to the next level. Visit BlissBusiness.com today, next week, next month. Fresh content is arriving daily.
Second second video under foundational principles is people's foundational values.
So there's two foundational beliefs that, like if you want to take notes, these are a couple of things that you might just want to write down and at some point just think about. Perhaps think about this when you're a little frustrated. Think about this when you're a little disoriented and you're not sure if this is going to work for you or how to move or what to do in the business. One of the reasons why network marketing itself as a business model, and most of the companies in network marketing, is working. If you look at it today versus 10 years ago, you couldn't hardly even recognize us as a profession. I mean, things like the Mastermind event and GoPro and an event like this and the books and the tools that are available for network marketers, they didn't even exist like that 10 years ago. And 20 years ago, there wasn't anything except maybe Tom Schreider. There really wasn't. I mean, the landscape of our business has just totally changed. We are growing. We are maturing. We're having an impact on people. And why is that? I say it's for one or both of two foundational reasons which create opportunity for you and I. One is at a gut level, at an innate level, at a spiritual level, everybody out there on the planet wants to be healthier, don't they? They really do. They may not know how to make the moves. They may not have confidence enough in a product to invest if they don't actually see what the product's going to do. But if you just go ask 100 people, hey, you know what, if you could sleep better, if you had more energy, if you had more mental focus, if you could be healthier and avoid getting sick or getting, how important is that to you on a scale of 1 to 10? What would they say? Most of them would say a 10. Now, they're not always willing to part with their money for it, but that's really just a belief thing. I mean, if you were sick, really sick, and somebody proved to you, I got something right here that'll cure you overnight, what are you willing to pay then? Just about anything, right? It's foundational that people want to feel better. They want to look better, yes, but at the core, what they'll really spend money on, what they'll really make decisions about, is feeling better. And sometimes they take that for granted, but boy, when people get sick, it's a wake-up call. I'll do anything not to have this thing possessing my body, whatever it is. So that's foundational. That's a value that people have, which creates huge opportunity for anybody that's in the wellness business, right? So most of us are in the wellness business. What's the other thing that's foundational that people want, that's a high value? Yeah, they want money, not really money. They want what money will provide them. But just take a step back and look at society and look at what we do. Now, before you got in network marketing, just ask yourself, how many hours a week did you spend, or did your spouse spend, or combined, did the two of you spend a week working for money? A lot, right? 40, 60, maybe 70, maybe that's times 2. Working for money. And how many of those hours were spent actually investing in a system where you're working for money in an abundance mode? Like the hours you're putting in now at this part of the week, like maybe Monday and Tuesday, you're working to pay the bills, but Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, you're working to pad your investment and retirement and freedom accounts. How many hours a week do people actually spend doing that? Not very many. If you just step back and look at, we'll just talk about North America. People spend most of their lives working for money to survive and for hope that someday They might have enough to have peace and prosperity. Someday, they might have enough. People spend most of their working lives either working or worrying about money. So you may say, well, how come when I go to them and say, how'd you like some extra money, make some extra money, they go, well, maybe they have a story about what you mean by making some extra money. Maybe they run a little vision about what you want them to do, and maybe that doesn't appeal to them. So it may not be that every opportunity to make money is something that people want to do, but the question to sort of stand in as a foundation for your own optimism and belief about you're in the right place at the right time is just ask the question, when it comes to money, on a scale of 1 to 10, how important is it to the people that you're going to meet in the next 10 years? On a scale of 1 to 10, how important is it? It's probably a 10. Now, I'm not talking about making $50,000 a month. I'm just talking about making enough money so if the transmission goes out on the car, we can fix it. Making enough money so if the kids get sick and insurance doesn't cover it, we can fix it. Enough money so maybe if your husband or your spouse is working themselves to death, maybe you could bring them home. Maybe enough money so you could stay home and homeschool the kids. Maybe enough money so someday we could actually own this home, not have to work 70 hours a week, and pay the bills. That would be enough for most people. It's foundational that opportunity exists for us because people want to feel better and they want more peace around money. They don't necessarily want to drive a Lamborghini and fly around in a private jet and stay in Four Seasons resorts. Now maybe someday they do, but that's not the marketplace. The marketplace is really an extra $500 to $1,000 a month. That'll change most people's lives, like forever. And so really all our job is, when it comes to building an empire, is to present ourselves in a way to people that they could see that $500 to $1,000 a month through us. And if we stand in the expectation and the belief that, you know what, it's really important to them, I just got to figure out a way to communicate it to them so that they can see it through me. Because if you leave them to their own devices and their own story, they're probably going to make up something like they can't do it, or it's not going to be any fun, or people are going to make fun of them, or it's not going to work, or they're going to fail, or nobody's going to listen to them, they're going to look like an idiot. So you don't want to leave them to their own device, you don't want to leave them to their own story, you want to give them a story.
All right, so that ends the fundamental principles.